Greater Cleveland Aquarium is stuffed to the gills with salt and freshwater creatures from under the sea. We're not telling a fish tale when we say that visitors find that a trip to this underwater world goes swimmingly. General Manager Tammy Brown is here to school us in the fish and features of this new aquatic adventure. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having me on.
So this is a great new thing in Cleveland. And my understanding, and from the pictures we have, this is about as close as you can get to being in the ocean without actually getting wet. So tell us about the layout and why it was designed that way.
Absolutely. So we have 35 tanks, and you can get really close to the fish so that on all sides we have lots of cylinders. We have a walk-through sea tube, so you can get right up, you know, hands and nose
face to face.
Exactly, exactly.
All right. And why was it done that way? And
it was done that way, just exactly what you said, so that you felt like you were right there with the fish, so that you didn't have to get certified to dive, but you felt like you were, you know, that close.
And there's something called the sea tube? Tell us about the sea tube.
So the sea tube is a 145-foot walk through the saltwater tank where 18 sharks swim around with all kinds of other sea life as well. And you really get a feeling like you are underwater as you walk through that.
There, huh? So Absolutely. It can seem like you're in the middle of a shark attack.
Yeah. And we do put scuba divers in there as well. So you'll see the scuba divers kind of keeping things clean, but also interacting with the fish and with the guests.
Okay. So it's not just the fish underwater, it's also sometimes the people.
Absolutely.
It's also a touching experience, I understand, to visit the aquarium, so tell us about that.
We have an 11,000-gallon touch tank that lets you touch on one side rays and sharks, and on the other side invertebrates like the horseshoe crab that you see there, and the hermit crab, and what are called slipper lobsters and sea stars, all kinds of really interesting
life. That's crowded all the time, especially with the kids.
Absolutely, it is very crowded. And we actually have Adirondack chairs off to one side because we find that the kids want to stay way longer than the parents. So
good, thinking about the parents too. That's always important.
Yes.
Stay longer. And the fin friends who are in the aquarium aren't the only ones being fed by the scuba divers or by others. Tell us about the cafe, the Nautica Cafe.
Yeah, it's brand new. It opened the very same day that we opened to the public, and it has exactly what you'd want as a family. So it's got hot dogs and pizza and healthy sandwiches and salads. It's a little bit of ice cream. It's a perfect place to stop after your visit.
And tell us about where the aquarium is located and why it's such a great spot.
We are so lucky to be in the First Energy powerhouse. So it's down in the flats. It's originally built in 1893. We kept all of the exposed brick walls and the giant steel girders. And in fact, you can see up inside one of the smokestacks, if you look up, there's a tank above you tucked up in the smokestack.
What's in that tank?
Right now, spiny lobsters, but we're going to switch it out later on this summer. It'll be a surprise.
Oh, all right. And you also mentioned to me, I know kids like to rush through the aquarium. You've got like storytellers throughout the hallways and stuff too.
Yes, absolutely. So you'll meet people ranging from Captain Neo, an old oarboat captain, to a pirate, Captain Sharky, to some world travelers who will give you ideas of all the places they visited and the interesting things they found.
Sounds like a great place.
It is a lot of fun.
So come on in. The water's fine for our fish friends at the Greater Cleveland Aquarium. Don't let this one be the one that got away. Catch more details by using the information that's coming up next. My thanks to Tammy Brown for joining us today.
Thank you.
To learn more, call the Greater Cleveland Aquarium at 216-862-8803 or visit www.greaterclevelandaquarium.com. Next, costly Medicare traps and how to avoid them.